Good morning, folks, and welcome to the Global Speedrun Association. We've got a Mario 64 70-star league qualifier race, and oh boy, this will be a good race. Badroenis, one of our own commentators, versus Droz, the short category titan. I'm Electric. Here with me in the booth is none other than Simply. How are you feeling about this exciting race?
I'm feeling pretty good, actually. I think that either player can definitely take it. You know, Droz is sort of a flash in a pan, I think is the saying. He's a bit of a electric player. When he's going off. However, he goes for some crazy strats, and that might just lead to his demise. I know Badroenis a little bit more of a conservative player, so I can really see it go both ways.
Yeah, it really just comes down to one, if Draws decides to go for all that risky stuff again that we saw in that last race, and two, just how consistently both these guys end up playing today.
And now we have Badroenis morphing into Droz. Not an unusual tactic that we've seen from players here in the league. It's actually fairly, I don't know about common, but it's not rare.
Yep, that's for sure. And so now we've got the proper gameplay on the proper files. Draws with that nice first try reds in practice. We'll see if he's able to pull that off in the run as well.
The double box kick. Oh, man, that's such a hard strat.
Yeah. You have to start from a pretty good position and also have a nice angle to be able to pull it off. Requires some pretty nice finessing of that stick. Going for this insane double jump strat again. Don't know why he's going for that so often. So I think it only saves like a third or a half of a second or something.
And Droz confirming in the chat that he actually has a 49.28. So almost a minute faster than what's on the leaderboard. It's going to be tough for Badroenis. I mean, he's going to definitely have to play very close. Might even need to bust out a PB to take out the man Droz. That double jump strat is kind of nutty.
It really is. I don't know if I've seen that from a lot of people before, and seeing it from Droz so consistently is just wild.
Ooh, the single jump wall kick. Ooh, okay. This guy's flying.
18 seconds on that elevator star? What even?
That's pretty fast. Rocking the USA Moon.
Oh yeah, thanks so much, Moonlight Mirage, for the Twitch Prime sub.
Welcome to the Clock Club. Can we get a dab or a clock or some sort of, you know, GSA gang emotes? There we go. I like the clout guy, a lot. I don't know if those don't really look like clout goggles, but it's just GSA C now, so it's not really clout. It's just C. But here we are, as you can see. There's gameplay happening, and we have a timer started, and we have a timer that is not started. But you know, they're both getting it going. It appears that we have a bit of a desync, but I'm sure that will be you know, patched up in a moment. But here we go.
Yeah, a lot of weird stuff happening in the back room to try to get this all arranged.
Oh, and it looks like there was just a miscommunication. Droz was not able to start. I thought that they were really that far apart, but this is good news. We are now much closer.
Yeah, got the sync going. Both these players, of course, on that optimal English version. 2 free seconds. Don't want to cost yourself.
There we
So
go.
we got the sync up. Now, we know Droz is going to go for a kind of weird Lakitu skip setup. Wonder exactly what Badroenis is going for and if he feels truly comfortable with it. Because all the setups can be a little bit finicky if you haven't put the practice in.
Yeah, Droz never seems to hold back on his strats, which is why I can appreciate him as a player. You know, there's players out there that do know the strats, but they'd rather not go for the risk. But Droz, you only live once, is basically the motto with this beautiful man.
Oh, and nice Lakitu skips. Getting into the castle about the same time. Total sync going into this bomb clip.
100% sync, or your money back guaranteed.
Yeah, Badroenis actually getting a slightly earlier star selection there.
Yeah, that's pretty
Even though things like that are pre-optimized, you want to be looking for a particular point in the main star's rotation to go ahead and start matching A.
Badroenis getting himself a pretty convincing lead here. Not sure if wait, actually, hold on. It looked like Badroenis grabbed the star first, but they are synced back up. Oh, the text scrolling from Droz. He's able to bust it out. And look at that optimal camera angle. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man.
Not enough.
Badroenis sync already.
Back and forth.
I think part of it was Badroenis had that dive land on that railing. That was pretty sweet.
Oh, Dusty Boy Badroenis. See how big of a hit that's going to take on his speed. Something that's kind of...
Oh, you go ahead, sorry.
It's something that's kind of... It doesn't get, like, spoken on very much, but the dust adds up quick. As we can see, Droz, I mean, yes, he had a better race time, but on top of that, I mean, this is clearly more than a 0.3 lead. Those dust frames will get you, man. Oh, the compound, and oh, my goodness, it doesn't end. Badroenis is back in the driver's seat, but it's Whomp's Fortress time, and Whomp's Fortress, a little bit scary.
Yeah, we do know that Droz goes for that pro cycle movement for 100 coin. Gonna have to see what Badroenis pulls out, and we'll have to see if Droz is able to execute cleanly there. Badroenis opting for the standard full cycle. This movement along that loop. Meanwhile, Droz going pro.
Yeah,
works out Badroenis with the awning kick.
It's kind of gonna be the MO, the motto. Well, we're not able to hit the piranha plant. This is very rough for Badroenis because Droz landed the cycle and he is flying by. So very good whomps here for Droz, saving a lot of time, as we'll see as he gets to the end. And the misread, Badroenis not able to keep it together here, and whomps hemorrhaging time. But it is 100 coin, and this is sort of typically where you see the leads gained in the early game.
Oh, yes. Whomp's just a volatile stage. That's why you see a lot of players actually opt to go ahead and just go right to Whomp's without the first slide. Just because it's so reset heavy in your PB attempts. But without that reset button in a race, you really just have to have that consistency practice and be able to execute. Badroenis still with a decent time, but with that little bit of sloppiness, Droz has pulled ahead pretty considerably.
Yeah, that's some good time save for sure. And now the rest of Whomp's Fortress is pretty chill. There's not anything too crazy, except if you're Droz, you go for some crazy. But he got the first thing.
Yeah, I thought he was setting up for double jump Alice as well. Maybe just not anywhere near his practice on the triple.
Interesting.
That just I don't think he held left anywhere near quick enough. I think that's all that was. He didn't get any distance towards. Oh boy, Badroenis also with the owl miss.
Okay, punch setup works every time. That's a late wall kick, and that is another drop from Badroenis. He had an opportunity here to pick up some time back on Droz, but just giving it away.
Droz with the texture setup.
Lining it up, calculating.
Nice.
That is the correct answer.
Badroenis, if I had to guess, we're going to see a full setup from him, but wouldn't surprise me to see a texture pulled out as well, if he knows about this deficit. Yep, texture from Badroenis.
Oh, really taking his time, though. Not saving a whole lot of time with the texture setup, but getting it at least. Don't want to be any further in the hole at this point, because that just adds a lot of stress, and it's not fun when you have stress.
Yeah, especially having stress like going into Dark World, going into like SSL, like you really don't want these early game stages to be characterized by, oh, I'm losing so much time, I need this to go right, because those additional nerves will make you overthink everything, and that's just an instant path to just failing simple things.
Yeah, gotta take it one star at a time. That's always been my philosophy on the game, and I think it's pretty solid. I mean, there's no point to be getting caught up in, oh, I need to make sure I do this, I need to make sure I get this right. It's just right now, I need to do this strat right.
Okay,
Badroenis looking
Badroenis
pretty
going to
good.
the top for a nice little Whomp fight. Droz having a very clean Whomp fight, landing right on the star. Both these guys opting for the kicks away from the side of Big Whomp. A nice little setup from Badroenis there.
And he even gets the dive. Cheeky.
Nice triple jumps from Strat. Or, what even? I was trying to say Strat and Droz at the same time. Commentator just, language center of his brain not working.
Nice triple jump dive from Shroud there. That was pretty impressive. Seeing him cross over from the first-person shooters into the speedrun world has been quite a shock to a lot of the community, but you know, we welcome him with open arms. Badroenis wrapping it up as well with a nice triple jump dive. Oh, no!
On that little bit of weird roof geometry. Okay, now we missed the opportunity to guess on the previous slide. I'm going to say a 12-6 from Droz.
12-5.
Oh, spicy, but a 12-8 on the timer instead. The Jordan's, I'm going to say a 12-9.
I will give Badroenis a 12.7. I believe in him.
Okay, going for that early wall bop. Oh, but getting a big old bonk in the corner. Just diving a little bit too early, I think.
Wall bop indeed. 14.2 from Badroenis, and you know, it's just getting further in the hole. Wow, I'm surprised Droz got both those reds.
Same here. That was on the very edge of Mario's hitbox. Oh, he was going for the aerial tech skip.
That would have been nutty. Thank you, TP Old Man, for the sub above. Welcome to the Clock Gang, Clock Club. I will drop a clock for my boy. Welcome, welcome.
Badroenis seeming to have a little bit of trouble with these tech scrolls consistently. Had some trouble with one of the ones starting wing cap as well.
It is possible that Badroenis has been playing on Japanese version lately. I'm not really sure what he's been up to or what he's been practicing, but there is quite a difference when you switch from Japanese to US, getting used to the text box pacing.
Yeah, because they are skippable at different times. It's kind of strange how it works out.
It is pretty strange. It's actually very strange. It's like some changes that they make from game to game, language to language, are some of them just seem so random.
Right. Like you have something like OOT where it's literally just the text that's different. I think maybe one very tiny glitch is only possible on one version, but then you move over to MM and it's like the whole game was originally just a beta almost in JP. Like JP doesn't even have owl saving, which if you ever played Majora's Mask, you know that's a very critical component of playing through that game. Very clean dark roll from Droz. Let's see how Badroenis manages to fare.
Oh,
getting bodied by that same amp that I think gave Droz a little bit of an issue earlier.
This amp has gone rogue. Usually the amp that will give trouble, though. Gonna have to wait an extra cycle.
Still not taking a death. That's the biggest thing. Having to take a ledge grab there. And yeah, looks like someone saying Droz not doing Suki, and then some people asking in chat. So there are numerous cycles you can go for on the late moving platforms in Dark World. The pretty standard one for races is going to be Shigeru cycle. It's fairly lenient. You don't have to do any like super hard movement in order to make it. Right above that is Zaya cycle, which would save I think 2 seconds or so. And that does require some kind of technical movement, but there are a couple things you can do at the start to speed yourself up enough that the rest of the movement is pretty similar to Shig. But then Tsukishima cycle, you really only see it in 16 star where you're having to get Dark World, but you're also wanting to shave every second off you can. And it's very difficult movement to get the fastest possible cycle. So Droz having that 16 experience would know it. Missing the ground pound after sky jump, unfortunately.
He had some beautiful movement, though. I like that new... Oh!
Badroenis like... with the pole slide. Oh,
the Big Daddy ground pound. Wow. I never knew it was so hard to get from Dark World to B.O.B. Badroenis, what is going on? Is he sweating? Is he sweaty? Definitely some nerves appearing to be going on here. I mean, that That cheeky little jump to BOB to the butt slide is... I don't know, man.
Did get the first try ground pound. Is going to save that little bit of time over draws. Nice wall kicks from draws.
Yeah, that was hot.
That ending, I think we've talked before, like, even though, like, the whole strat is kind of wonky, it's really the ending that's harder to get fast and do right than that wall kick. The wall kick looks hard, but, like, with practice, you'll be able to get consistent at it. But the ending, oh, man. I've seen plenty of people fall off and have to do the back up, and for good reason.
The jukes!
Oh, boy. Penguin just not liking draws.
Yeah, that was a valuable chunk of time. Oh, my goodness, draws.
Getting dangerously close to that breeze. There's a bit of a breeze
nice.
over there, and if he would have hit it, the penguin would have been flown out of his arms. And so,
I think he did it for that strat. He did the single jump, drop the penguin immediately, so you don't have to go through the animation of dropping the penguin. Sort of, I don't know if you can really say new anymore. It's been around for a little bit. You don't see a lot of people go for it. It looks extremely difficult. Of course, draws not holding back. Balls are out, and the balls are steel.
Yep. Badroenis also with pretty nice penguin movement.
Yeah, looks like some nice lag reduction there.
Looks like he's actually going for the CCM17 route, which isn't a huge surprise from a player like this, but definitely worth noting. Okay, missing one of the coins, entering the slide. This is going to be a little bit stressful for draws, especially watch this arc up here. Okay, gets every coin on that arc. That is a very difficult arc to do. If that one coin weren't at the base, that arc would be free. But that one stupid coin makes you have to jump so late to collect it that there's a lot of times where you'll just miss the jump entirely.
And we got a sink here.
Very nice. Exiting the slide with two different goals in mind here. Badroenis going to go right into that star and then do his 100 coin with Penguin Race. Adds a slight bit of danger to CCM 100 coin, but... Oh, yeah, I'm an idiot. I was thinking draws was in danger. Since he's doing the slip slide in a way, it wouldn't have mattered that much if he'd missed a coin. Would have just had to take a few seconds to go pick one up outside. But for Badroenis, if he were in that same situation, it would truly be a Monka Giga. Because missing too many coins will cost you considerable time.
It could be a Monka Giga. Might be more of a Monka Jammer, just because the tunes that are banging during the race are, you know, pretty good. So, I guess it depends. Oh, he's going safe, though. Safety cap is on. Wants that red, so he doesn't even need to really worry about. Honestly, once you grab that red, your worry shifts from, okay, I need to make sure I have enough coins, to, okay, I need to make sure that I'm missing enough coins.
Yep.
The bonk from draws.
Although it won't really counteract something like missing this full arc. Like, he did miss the first coin on the arc, but that's completely okay. And going ahead and missing one on that line, also totally fine. It makes the whole route a lot easier with, I think it's only a 2 or 3 second loss. It's not very substantial to pick up the safety red. Definitely one of those things I'd recommend any beginner do when they first start this route. Okay. Badroenis with the nice lag reduction cam and the long jump right into the star. Gotta wait for the penguin to walk over here to be like, oh, you beat me, here's your star. So may as well collect that 100 coin star during that time. His draws had some issues with his side flip yesterday. Goes for that. I don't know if that's actually faster than the strat you normally see where people do the speedy side flip and then wall kick off the entryway. Draws now move into the scary Sandland.
Scary indeed, especially with the route he's doing. It looks like he will be going for double pillarless. And double pillarless is about probably one of the scarier things that you'll face in 70 star. One of them also being the lava boost in Lethal Lava Land. Basement in general, it's just as nasty in 70 as it is in 120 star.
Oh yeah, you do so much of basement in 70 that, like, the only things you don't really do, like the 100 coins and reds in SSL are very intimidating, but like you're still doing most of the difficult stuff in this section.
Oh, Badroenis wasn't able to get the hit on the boo. Nothing is going this man's way. And draws.
Meanwhile, on the other side, yep. That's what I was going to say. Meanwhile, on the other side, everything is turning draws. Very clean first plus. So what's happening there for our newer viewers is you're throwing the bomb, and as it hits the ground, it starts to explode. And you try to re-grab it during the explosion, which like halts the explosion animation. But now the bomb's hitbox is a lot bigger than the game expects it to be, and it actually is intersecting with Mario's. And so the game doesn't like that and tries to push them apart. But since Mario's holding the bomb, all it can do is give Mario backwards speed. And in this particular case, unlike the bomb clip, we need to do a glitchy re-grab, which will extend the timer and allow Mario to do other moves. Droz not liking that bomb. In addition to having to do that glitchy re-grab, it's a lot easier to do the pillarless with the bomb. With bomb clip, there's not much of a difference between large and medium, but the way you approach the pillarless does change pretty dramatically if you have to go with a medium. The Draw's going to take his first backup with Shiny Top. He is 1 for 2 with pluses, going for secrets first to really dedicate himself to this route. And yeah, this first bomb grab to get the big bomb is frame perfect. And Draw's going for an optimization grab.
Here we go.
Missing. Oh boy. You don't normally see a death there. It's just a weird ground pound it looked like. Normally it's the next death plane that causes so much trouble.
Yeah, that was a very early ground pound from Droz. And oh no. Oh no. Oh.
Yeah. Didn't look like he got the redirection. Sometimes you can jump too early before Mario has a chance to turn around. Badroenis, meanwhile, going for the more traditional plus setup, is going to lose 2 seconds to the way that Droz is doing the pluses, but with Droz's plus luck, I think Badroenis is going to end up coming out on top, at least on this trick alone.
Oh, fall of
shame from Badroenis, though. Oh, man.
Not too much shame here, though. I mean, 1 pillarless, he's already got it done. This is why the double pillarless thing is scary. Droz has to still get a pillarless. He's still in here, and he has no backups, and he's throwing the bomb away. What is the plan? At this point, is a code red. Do we have to eject from the stage? It's something that you start to think about. If he dies again, I mean, oh, but Droz missing the Shy Guy. No regrab from...
Yeah, Droz ending up doing just a throw instead of a dive afterwards. And then, of course, not going far enough to respawn the bomb. Always got to have the camera pointed right at him whenever you're doing this respawn trick. Okay.
Okay.
A little sketchy.
All right,
okay.
He's on the double jump.
He's on the pyramid. All right. He's in there.
But wow. Badroenis has caught up significantly. Droz losing major loads of time there. And suddenly it's looking a lot more even.
Yeah, as Badroenis would likely say, commentating a similar race himself, this is what he needs in this situation. Going into basement with a substantial deficit and coming out of one of the most notorious stages with a considerable gain. The Droz still pulling out all the stops, very clean dive movement along these reds.
It's just about how he bounces back from here, because there is another heavy hitter we've got coming up. Lava Boost in the Volcano is nothing to shake a stick at. If you shake a stick at that trick, it might just clap your cheeks. You gotta be respectful.
It almost certainly will. You gotta have very precise movement with that stick. Can't just go willy-nilly on it. You have to be intentional. You have to be purposeful. Just shaking that stick ain't gonna do anything for you on that trick. Now, there are a number of different setups. That was like I was trying to say numerous and a number of. I don't even know. Anyway. So it will be interesting to see which one Badroenis goes for. You can almost bet that Droz is going to go for that pro setup, which doesn't give you very much leeway as far as height's concerned, but the other setups give you a lot more height, so a lot easier to end up making it up to the platform. And of course, the ending movement. We see plenty of people have lots of trouble and then go for a beginner lava boost and then a pro ending. So it's very strange. Oh, Droz getting bopped by the platform just a little bit too shallow.
What is the play?
Gonna have enough health. Yeah, he's gonna go for elevator. Okay, nice side flip there. Okay, he's got elevator tour under his belt. Meanwhile,
nice.
Badroenis with the clean first try.
No! Are you
No.
kidding me? You have to be kidding me. The bonk caused the fall damage into the lava. It was that was a perfect 0 to death, basically.
Yeah, I mean, used to
death,
before I ran this game, I thought that the health counter was way too forgiving. Like 8 hits, come on. But It's situations like that that prove to you, like, they actually may not have given you enough health in some cases.
That is absurd. I've never seen that happen to somebody, actually. Badroenis thought the side flip would connect to the pole, but it wasn't enough, and ultimately caused his demise.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what was wrong with that side flip dive. That's the type of stuff that can happen with that pro ending. When you're trying to get so low that you end up not getting the pole grab, or the pole grab gets immediately canceled. That's the type of things that can happen. Okay, Badroenis pulling off the elevator star very cleanly. That's another big one that you can take a pretty major bonk right on the end of, so must have been thinking very hard about that movement.
Droz with gorgeous bullies. And at this point in basement, you can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel. There's not too much else in terms of difficulty. I mean, okay,
stuff like what happened to Badroenis just there, missing the second long jump there, is able to get up there pretty handily. Just needs to make sure he has clean movement up these stairs.
Nice. Oh, the advanced strats from Droz. Move in quick.
Wow. That was impressive. Okay. Badroenis gonna bully some bullies while Droz is gonna move into the water at the end of the tunnel. Dire docks. You know, I'm a little surprised they couldn't come up with another D starting adjective. I was about to say acronym. What is wrong with my head today?
Yeah, they did it a lot. They have the tall mountain. Actually, I can't think of another one, but yeah, tall mountain, dire docks.
I mean, like, Tiny Huge Island is a tad redundant. You could just say Shrinkage. I don't even know.
Shrinkage Island, the island that shrinks. TITS. Tits. Yeah. All right. Commentator accidentally spelling out tits. Acronym. Maybe that was their first iteration, and they're like, you know what, that doesn't really work.
Right. Okay. Droz with some clean chests here. Gonna swim right on over to the star right after. And as we discussed in other comms before, swimming, you can lose a ton of time without really noticing it. Like just missing a swim, for instance, will cost you a pretty considerable amount of speed and thus time. And getting the optimal swimming can be hard. It's not enough just to get the whomp noise. Like, you also have to be hitting A at the very, very start of your window to actually get the next swim input in.
Ideally. Yeah, swimming, there's a lot of depth to swimming. It looks pretty simple, you know, and once you have played for a little bit, optimally swimming is not that hard. But
Droz with the front sub.
The angles. And here we go, front sub. Of course,
nice.
It's gorgeous. Droz not backing down.
He's still rocking that like right side front sub. I've noticed a lot of people have a much more left-facing camera angle, and it seems to make less lag on the front of the sub. Pretty sure Lunar Jump is one of the ones that has done it and developed a pretty good amount of consistency with it.
Yeah, if you're able to turn the camera while you're going up the sub, that is a huge win, but it also makes it a lot more difficult because you kind of have to change up your grip so that while you're pressing A, you can hit camera buttons, so you'll need to bust out the claw grip.
The infamous claw.
Players moving along, doing their thing. Fire C's coming up. Electric, what can you tell me about this stage?
Well, the entire thing is reliant around this big elevator cycle towards the end, and being that we have to— oh, Droz already missing the lava boost. That will be a pretty considerable time save for Droz if he can land it. So the first cycle you're going—
oh my goodness,
lava boost. Yeah, another deep burn from Droz. Early LEs aren't even really on the table anymore.
Oh no! This is a Mario meltdown
anymore. Yeah, a true fine, like, Droz is like a candle in a blow dryer wind right now.
This is definitely going to be normal cycle. Not like if you mess up the cycle you're talking about, the fastest cycle, lava boost cycle, you can still get an early cycle. It just won't be as fast. But he completely missed the early cycle. Droz will be getting the normal cycle, but Badroenis is still on for a early cycle with lava boost. He definitely knows how to do it. Rocking that new movement.
Already making more progress than Badroenis made before mistakes. Looks like as long as this last bit of movement goes well, he is on definite lava boost pace, and that will be significant time save.
Nice. Nice.
Here we go.
That's definitely it.
The long jump.
Huge time save.
Yep.
At least like 15 seconds. 15 or, yeah, I think about 15 if both players are doing their thing perfectly.
Not only is lava boost the fastest way to get up there, but you also get up there with these later moving platforms in position to do this type of ending. Very clean movement from Badroenis there. And as we saw from Draw's side, having to take these like kind of dumb slow burns to get the ending due to where those metal platforms are at in the cycle. So Badroenis going to be making up a lot of ground in Fire C. That's huge. As you can see, though, those mistakes can just pile up really fast. Once your muscle memory isn't reliant and you're having to improvise in a stage like this, I mean, all the Bowser stages have some of the most technical platforming in the game, aside from like TTC 100 and other just really infamous stars. They're all like obstacle courses, and of course with the moving element, all of it's on time, so you can't have any slack in your movement. You can't be sloppy.
Absolutely not. But it doesn't end here. We got the whole upstairs, and there is a lot more going on up here. Arguably, upstairs is more difficult than the, like, upstairs plus Tippy, I think, is probably harder. Definitely in 70 than the first half.
Yeah, TTM and Wet Dry World can be pretty grueling in 70, that's for sure. At least you get a little bit of a reprieve with HMC, and then THI is about as much of a joke as its concept is, so... but of course, Tippy really ramping up the difficulty factor on that average.
Oh, nice.
Also the first. We're not going to be taking a trip to California to get a double-double, though, unfortunately.
Badroenis having a mini meltdown there, trying to get up to Wet Dry World. Was not able to get the clip. Draw's moving along.
Interesting Skeeter RNG, but Draw's making it work perfectly fine.
Nice. Man, that double box kick.
Oh! Oh, went for the double-double, missing the first box, though, unfortunately.
What the? Okay, we're going around the world. Interesting. Never see someone do that.
Making there. Now, it may not look like it on first glance, but this is actually one of the most RNG-heavy stars in the game, because all the coins can go in any random direction. The random function in the game is called independently for every axis of movement. Oh, boy. Draw is in a bad spot right now, having to pick up an extra box at the end. That's going to cost a few seconds. Meanwhile, Badroenis getting hit with the amp.
Yeah, pretty mediocre 100 coming out from Badroenis. Draw's getting brutalized by the RNG, though, and now missing that long jump. Badroenis might just swipe the lead here.
Yeah, Draws really should have taken that backup box while he was down there. I think that may have been a little bit faster than having to take this one right at the end here. Because, of course, you do have to go all the way back along the bridge, which takes a couple seconds. But yeah, Badroenis making up the majority of his deficit within 2 courses.
Yeah, less than a 10-second lead now from Droz, and if he keeps having slip-ups like this and Badroenis stays on him, he is going to take a heavy lead in no time.
Oh, yeah.
Droz has to get it together.
At some point.
The double jump.
God, I still can't believe that. And that was such a tight turn, too. Going for elevator. These wall kicks can be pretty weird because of the lag that you start getting right at the top.
I love that. The single... Okay, he does a single jump. Notice that Badroenis, to start these wall kicks, is going to do a long jump, most likely. Oh, he also does a single jump
as well.
Optimal boys. Oh, but he missed the... See, that extra wall kick at the end? If you do a long jump to start your wall kicks, you have to do 1 extra wall kick. And I didn't know that was a strat, the single jump to start the wall kicks, to skip a wall kick. Super cool. Droz landed it perfectly. Definitely has put a lot of hours into the start. And the single jump. This man doesn't need a double jump. He only needs 1 jump.
Man. Wild stuff coming out of this Wet Dry World. Badroenis opting a little bit safe rather than doing the triple jump wall kick. It's one of those pretty finicky triple jump wall kicks because you're having to do the wall kick and then get out from under that awning. And those awning jumps are so weird to get used to when you're trying to learn this game.
Yeah, it's a very... I mean, runners make it look easy. You're talking about the triple jump wall kick, right?
Right. And how you're having to like go up from underneath the wooden platform to land on top of it.
Yeah.
Similar
it's
to
a
like
lot harder than it looks.
Yeah, you see a lot of people do something similar in like Rainbow Ride Reds. You see it in it's actually a big reason why like Whomp's 100 has the half cycle movement. Because if you're not able to do the double jump and then the kick precisely off the awning, then you have to commit to that half cycle if you get the ledge grab. Just it shows up numerous, even like the left side and right side movement in bits. That's a variation of that effectively.
No lag reduction from Droz there on the third secret, but otherwise very nice secrets.
A really clean movement through secrets 4 and 5. And of course, getting the pancake grab there.
Oh, nice. A little bit of lag reduction, but he had to go for the side turn. Ooh, okay. The single jump optimization over the fourth secret. Not too shabby.
Now Droz heading up to the top of this mountain. Mountain clip going all right, not getting hung up in the water there. And let's see how it goes from Badroenis.
Ooh, I like the camera angle. He's got it set up. Oh, okay, but no clip.
Doesn't save too much time, so can't fault him for not going for it.
You have to do it very well for it to save time. Otherwise, it's about the same time as the strat Badroenis just did.
And Droz going in on these piranhas. I've seen some people pull out a reverse order, but it looks like he's just going for the faster here.
Like there's always like, that's actually the same thing with the wing cap stage. If you go the other way, apparently it's faster.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah, but it's like, it's weird because there's things in this game like that where in theory it's faster, but in reality, when a human is doing it, it just ends up working out about the same speed or slower. You have to be really, really well practiced to make it work.
Yeah, and you see that with a lot of different speed games and a lot of their tech. Like SMO, for instance, you would use spin pounds basically everywhere, but there are a few cases, well, a number of cases actually, where if you're not getting optimal spin pounds, you're just doing the same thing as doing a normal ground pound roll or something. Okay, so Droz heading in for his mountain clip. Nice first clip to the instant water dive. Okay, let's go.
That's very
that
difficult.
mountain clip, it looks pretty weird. Basically, the way that wall is created, when you do a dive rollout at a particular angle on a particular part of that seam, Mario will just pop right through due to the way his hitbox interacts with the wall. And Nintendo is kind of known for just painting water out of bounds in any section that has water. It's really a huge thing in like Ocarina of Time, for instance. There's a ton of out-of-bounds water. And in this game, when you hit water, it teleports you to the top of the water, then calculates how far down you should be placed based on the speed you had entering the water. So by going from that lower pool of water, like over to the underside of that upper pool of water, the game just snaps you right up to the top.
Oh, no clip
from that time over having to climb. Oh boy, Badroenis missing that clip. He's just gonna have to go around the mountain. And go ahead and go for reds as a backup. Yep. Nice movement on these reds so far. Oh, missing that wall kick. That would have been so cool.
Oh, a roller coaster ride of backups going for Badroenis. And Droz looking. Oh,
taking a
my goodness!
Rollout optimization. Oh man.
Commentators cursed before I could even say that he was looking good. It was already over. That is a huge time loss in Tall Mountain. Very unfortunate.
Yeah, the lead is now, I think, just about or a little bit under 10 seconds. Certainly makes up for that clip fail from Badroenis.
No.
Oh, no.
This is just the lifestyle of players like Droz, you know, like Zaya, that go for these crazy strats. Ouija is another example where when it's going good, it's going great. But if it starts to go a little bit weary, oh man, it's Ogre. ZFG run Ogre.
Yep.
It's not over yet.
Droz missing one of the reds on this attempt. It's going to save him from even trying the rollout strat there. You can't really take a death on this section, but can certainly take some very sloppy movement. Ooh, trying for that flip strat. Yeah, Mario just kind of coming to a little bit of a slow stop there as Badroenis blasts away to the Lonely Mushroom.
Yeah. That camera angle wasn't doing Droz any favors. I don't know if he always does it like that. It seems really hard to do the side flip rollout he was going for there. And Badroenis is officially in the lead.
in that driver's seat. Let's see what he decides to do with it. No breezeless attempt. Can't say I blame him. Doesn't save too much time. Going for that very optimal angle. Can be kind of hard to get the kick from that angle, but it does work out for him. And you do see rarely, I'm glad we didn't see it there, but you rarely will see people actually, when they're doing that kick strat, they'll hit like the very corner of the fence and just clip right through. It's a weird thing when it happens, but it's a little bit more common than you think, unfortunately.
Yeah, that fence has some very strange behavior.
Draws with the breezeless. Nice!
Very nice. And that is sort of the, I guess, the allure. Not only does it look swag when you're doing these crazy strats, but they're faster. On average, I mean, most of them, if not all of them, like, you don't really see players swagging out if it isn't for a time save. Like, it's just the fast strats tend to also look better and more impressive. And now, because Droz is going for these strats, if he's able to execute, he can catch up on Badroenis, even if Badroenis is playing out of his mind.
Yep, but Badroenis may be playing out of his mind right now, looks like. Nice ground pound into that box. Pretty difficult blind pound. Droz matches with a nice Snowman's head.
Indeed. We're moving along.
Okay, speed kick from Droz. Let's see if he's able to get this blind pound. Oh, getting a ledge grab instead, not getting...
Wait, got time!
Okay, nice dive in the backup. You're just losing a little bit more time. Badroenis now a full star, including cutscenes ahead. Okay, Badroenis going for that bully star. Pretty easy one from this ice bully. A little note on that ice bully. You can push him all the way down the snow ramp that leads up to the arena, and he's totally fine. But the second that he steps off that ramp, he will die no matter where he is, even if he's just standing over solid snow.
Yeah, it's interesting. So I guess the coding isn't about touching lava then. It's just about touching a certain height value.
I think so, yeah. Or just touching like anything that isn't on the quote-unquote stage, and the ramp just has to be included. Happens to be included. Squirrel, they are doing the same route now. Badroenis went for an extra star in Cool Mountain in order to avoid doing a difficult strat in Sifting Sandland. So... but with that route difference completely out of the way, they're going to be doing the same stars, the same order all the way through. Especially now that we've seen Badroenis hasn't gone for SL Reds or THI Reds or well, he would go for Toxic Maze and HMC, but Badroenis is a skilled enough player. We pretty well know he's going for TTC 100.
Yeah, I feel like when you cross the threshold of 55-ish is when you start to see players pick up that TTC 100.
It's one of those things that, like, along with Dark World, even though it's intimidating movement, it's pretty good to at least try to get a start on it as a beginner, because it introduces you to basically everything that you could ever use at any point in the game. Oh, Badroenis breaking the box, pulling out the elevator clip if I had guessed, or just, okay, Christmas Miracle instead. Smart.
Listen, 2 or 3 more slip-ups like that, and we're back at even. And that is very realistic, especially, I mean, this is HMC. That is the hardest strat in HMC for 70 stars, getting the triple jump box, but Badroenis still has to get it done. And, of course, we have Tippy left. Anybody's match.
Yup, easily anybody's. Draws with the first try triple jump off that box. Pretty difficult, not only getting the lineup, but it is actually kind of hard getting over the wall in that room. It's a pretty high wall, so... Then, of course, right after, there's that pretty huge death plane in the void. So even though it looks like Mario's just jumping and then just going through nothing, there's some pretty precise stick movement these players are having to deal with to make sure not only that they get over the wall and through the death plane, but also just to land right on that star for that little bit of extra time save. Pretty close matchup, though. Droz going for his own Christmas Miracle. As Badroenis has to do Rolling Rocks and Amazing Emergency Exit. Looks like he's setting up for the rocks. Oh, nope, he's doing the right side movement on Amazing Emergency Exit. Oh, long jump! Wow!
That was a firstie, too.
I can't believe he made that wall kick off of that. It was a blank wall.
Yeah, that was kind of spicy. That was probably hotter than the Diablo sauce at Taco Bell, which isn't saying a whole lot because that's basically spicy ketchup.
Yeah, it's not too bad. That's always like I'll get nacho fries, mix in a packet with every cup of cheese, and actually gives it some flavor. It's nice.
Electric giving us the secret sauce. You just have to mix some Diablo with the nacho cheese and then boom.
Oh man, you get like 3 orders of nacho fries. There's no way that you need 3 cups of nacho cheese, right? So you get yourself a quesadilla with that. Load that quesadilla with nacho cheese. Oh man. Mm. But you know what else is worthy? Badroenis heading up into Tippy.
Yeah, commentary, always drifting towards Taco Bell. Commentator acting like it's not really his fault, whereas it pretty much is. I mean, always brings up Taco Bell at some point. Just can't get away from that food. It's just too tasty.
It did really too tasty, too much of a value. When you're a broke college kid, oh man, you can get a feast any day there.
A mean feed, as they might say. All right,
Badroenis with an
jump.
interesting approach to Lakitu bounce. Didn't think that he went for a side flip at all. But it works out for him. He's got the pole grab. Just needs to get this star on this attempt. A bit of weirdness with that double jump into the pole. And it's good. Okay. Badroenis can take a pretty deep breath.
Glitchy wall kick from Droz. Of course, the man does not back down, even when he is down. He double downs, but he falls down.
Taking a huge death.
Droz
Oh, man.
has died so many times in this run. He died in Pillarless. He died twice in Tall Mountain, and then dying again here in Rainbow Ride. It is going to be an extremely uphill battle, almost as steep as a wall.
Yep. Definitely as steep as this wooden plank slope. Does hit the Lakitu this try. Instant grab on the pole.
Oh, okay.
Nice side flip up this pole. Camera change. He's just going to go ahead and take the ledge grab here. And nice little ending. Okay, so second try works out for Droz, but Badroenis, that full coins amassed in a maze ahead. I believe Badroenis still has the spreadsheet record for that star, so...
That does sound accurate.
The man is a legend at the Reds.
Yes, probably one of the harder Reds, just with all the you get to do in that maze. Droz with another death.
Droz, it is... Time is ticking, and soon to be in TikTok clock. Droz himself dropping a Monka S in the chat.
Oh, and then another failed wall kick there. Oh,
People
man.
are crying.
Do you know what it is that causes that whenever you, like... It looks like Mario wall kicks, but then just immediately bonks again. Is that, like, wall kicking too early, too late?
From what I have deduced, oh my goodness.
Droz is dying again.
When that wall kick fails, in the sense that you actually hit A, but it doesn't let you move, it's like, I think what's going on is that there's a glitchy wall kick that's attempting to go on. It's like you can do a double wall kick or something like that. I don't know if you can actually do the double wall kick, but you just have to go more to the right. Basically, it's like you're wall kicking right on the edge, right on the corner of the rotating platform. So if you drift more to the right in the air, should be all good. But when you're trying to get that juicy time saves, and your name is Droz, then it becomes a little bit more difficult.
Yup, absolutely. Droz having some issues with these Reds. Meanwhile, Badroenis in the heart of the beast, TTC 100.
Yeah, it looks pretty good so far. Had a little bump in the road with getting the Reds. Actually has an extra red right now, so doesn't have to worry about bad RNG. But he's chugging along.
Really bad, but okay. Last little bit of Monka S movement up here. This section from 60 to 80, one of the hardest. Okay, nice optimal long jump there. A little bit risky as you saw how close he was to just missing the platform. It doesn't matter that RNG. I think he actually had to kind of stop himself from going.
No way!
Okay, land on something. Land on something. Okay, he's on the hand barely. Wow. That was a definite level 4.
That is gigantic for Droz. I mean, he will still need to make another considerable mistake, but this is TTC. He's at 4 points of health. What is the play?
He's making the movement up pretty well. Not getting a wall kick off that wall like he expected.
Sweaty. We're sweating. Okay, making it up there. Now Droz joining him. Full TTC 100 behind, about a minute lead from Badroenis. But we have seen minute leads be swapped back and forth in Tippy so many times that I still cannot be slighted towards Badroenis. And right now, what he's doing here at the end, he's just kind of slipping up big time, losing a lot of his lead and falling. Oh, okay.
Okay,
falling
does
down.
manage to finally collect the star, ending that huge Monka ass fest.
No!
Droz with a huge ground pound. That's
Droz
a death.
is like,
oh,
any way you can slip up, I can slip up better. More excited. It's honestly more excited. That
Ground pound, who saw that coming? I didn't see that coming. I am
didn't
hyped
either.
up.
Just long jumping a little bit too late. I wonder, I don't think a lot of this stuff is due to this, but I find it interesting. Droz plays on an LCD, and I don't think it's like a good one either. I think it's just a basic Samsung TV. So having to deal with pretty decent input lag.
Does he actually?
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, because I know like his Hori handcam video that he did for the Seam Walk, that was on an LCD, and like every picture I've ever seen of his setup, he has like just a basic LCD.
And it's not like one of those monitors.
Right, it's not a
LCD,
big
wow.
or anything. I think it's a basic Samsung. I think it's actually just a TV, not even a monitor.
That's so crazy. Yeah, for those that are unaware, you want to play these old retro games like this game, Melee, on a old television, a CRT tube television, so that you can have no input delay. If you use an LCD, which some players do, there's a couple top Japanese players, I think. I don't know if they're still playing, but there was. Oh, okay.
Badroenis with the missed long jump. Oh, and
No,
diving right out of
no.
the stage. Oh man.
I mean, that's pretty big. If Droz didn't die on 100 like he did, they would be so close right now. But he's still got himself a pretty girthy lead. But Badroenis, man, it is just sweat everywhere. It's a slip and slide here in this clock.
Oh yes. Now it is worth noting that the game can be reasonably played on an LCD, but you do have to invest pretty considerable money in an upscaler and a good monitor like a BenQ or something. But you can ultimately like play on an LCD with less than a frame of input delay. But it will cost considerably more than just hitting up Craigslist for an old CRT someone's just throwing out.
Oh my goodness, that backup from Droz. I've never seen someone do that. I thought he was going to fall for sure. He
Same
is
here.
awake.
He is alive at the moment.
But he's barely breathing.
I think about that song occasionally and I just laugh. Like the lyrics are so dumb. Gotta love those pop songs that just every line tries to be quotable, but because of that, it's just a jumbled mess of soppy things.
Some songs, you know, there's some pop songs that speak to me, but Badroenis trying to speak to the coins, and they are not listening to a word that he is saying.
Yeah, he bills himself as the coin whisperer, but you know, could very well be a bit of a fraud.
Electric. Oh my goodness, causing some beef here. Cheese
Oh,
upset,
boy.
claiming that song has good lyrics.
Time to hate Electric now. Oh boy, I knew this day would come.
We've got beef. A lot of beef brewing here. But Badroenis about to squash the beef. Honestly, going into this match, I was like, yeah, Droz, you know, he is a bit of a loose cannon, but I'm pretty sure he's going to take it. But, okay, Badroenis taking his time on these stairs.
Try to figure out how stairs work again.
They are kind of complicated, but he's moving up.
Settle this beef in melee singles. Look, you'll just win on that. Oh boy.
Are you kidding me? Okay,
Yeah,
the game is
big
out
ol'
to get
invisible
Droz.
wall.
I've never seen that Inviswall in my entire life.
Neither have I. I think he may have just like hit the fence hitbox somehow. That's the only thing I could think of, but that's so weird.
Yeah, that was
I will
absurd.
say that song is sung well. Like the lyrics may be a little bit Monka-esque, but at least the voice itself is good.
Electric backpedaling, hoping that he can still stay on good terms with Cheese, but I don't know if it's possible. Excellent triple jump wall kick from Badroenis. Beautiful angle. handling it with such finesse. Man, I just want to stroke this man's hair. Commentator perhaps getting a little bit too personal, but I just want to be honest.
And the nice little triple jump dive right off that little railing there. As Draw's going to be picking up that 69th star, going to be talking to Toad and heading up into bits himself in just a moment. That invisible wall soft locked your game, Wilco? What? You do have one hit from Badroenis' side. Leading on into another.
Mid 51. Wait a minute. This might be... I don't think it's a PB, but it's very close. Badroenis rocking a... Oh. He has a 51.36. So, it's only going to be about 20 seconds off of his PB. Badroenis out here.
That's pretty...
Qualifiers.
Yeah. I think Badroenis is probably due for a new PB then, because that's with a pretty huge time loss in TTC alone.
Yeah, definitely was on PB pace there in the end.
Making moves happen.
Look at Droz' move. Oh, commentator curse immediately. Droz having some really nice movement up to the ramp, but then the triple jump dive not working out for him. As Badroenis, though, with a 51.55, taking this win from Drozdowski, now known as Droz. Pretty insane stuff. Like we said going into this, you know, Droz has that 2-minute PB differential, but it's all going to come down to who's playing more consistently, and as Droz especially proved in that tippy today, just was not his day.
Yep.
There's just... It's a really interesting... I don't know if you'd call it an argument or a concept, but it's interesting to see... Oh, right side not working out. Oh, the not moving... Oh my goodness, the madman.
He's going to go for the elevator jump, too. Oh! The rage pauses and all... Falling right down to... Just dying! Oh, man. That is a definite level 5 bump. And he didn't even hit anything.
Yeah. That's Mario, man. Mario will slap you up a bit if you're going for these hard strats.
Does Droz not realize the points? What's going on with him stopping right there?
Droz just, you know, getting fed up. You can still attain some points. Badroenis going wild on his keyboard in the call right now. It is absolutely destroying my ears. What's going on, Badroenis? Muting his mic.
Oh, sorry.
He's back.
I popped up so hard, you better be glad I wasn't in the call. Because I, first of all, have no words from, like, to describe how good that run was until TTC.
Yeah, that's...
Whomp and TTC, that's by far the best I've ever played.
Yeah, man, that was some awesome gameplay. That fire sea was just pristine.
Mm-hmm.
That was really the first spot that you made up so much time in.
I knew... Oh, I forgot I died in Akira Boost. That was pretty hilarious. I was actually able to just laugh that one off, I guess. Yeah, Fire Sea I practiced a lot, and yeah, I think I'm pretty good at it. I guess just like the new movement and stuff makes it a lot easier, so I don't have to try to be fast. And I can usually get a good ending. Like, that wasn't even a good ending. I just managed to get over the elevators, so it worked. And that was definitely a good confidence boost. But honestly... Draws. I wasn't watching, but it seemed like just nothing went right for you that one.
Yeah, I did pretty good. I died like 11 times or something.
Yeah, that rainbow ride was just not treating you well.
Yeah, oh my god, that was a mess. I felt really good at the beginning because I got like a 1328 CCM, so I was pretty happy with that start. And then I got the first pillarless, and the second one I hit the box, and then it kind of messes up Tomoplus, and I went for it anyways, and then it killed me, and then after that, I was just freaking out the rest of the run, because I just lost so much time to pillarless.
Yeah, that's sort of what it seemed like.
Yeah. I just kind of crumbled after that.
So, go ahead.
What do you think it was that kind of like left you in that mentality without being able to shake that off?
I don't know. It was just such a big time loss at the start, and then after that, I just had no confidence. I was like, everything in LL, I was like, I'm gonna fail everything, and then I failed Lava Boost, and I was like, I'm just gonna keep failing everything, and I don't know, it just destroyed me. I couldn't get my mindset back to normal, and I was kind of laughing a bunch too, which didn't help.
Yeah, of course, of course. Now, like going into Tippy, of course, Tippy really took you for a ride. Like, what was your kind of thought process going into there, knowing that you probably could have reclaimed that lead?
Yeah, I wasn't really looking at the race that much, so I kind of figured it was over for me. And then the first Lackadoo bounce. Wait, I don't. Oh yeah, the first Lackadoo bounce. I thought I did it fine, but I went in between the platform and the Lackadoo and died. And then I was like, all right, it is 100% over. And then I kept doing my triple jump too low. And when a triple jump's too low, it's like 2 wall kicks instead of 1. So I just kept bonking and falling. You get like the weird glitchy wall kick.
You were kind of talking about that in the call since it happened so often to you right there.
It happened like 3 times. It's my fault though, for my triple jump wasn't close enough to the edge. So I was too low.
And do you think any of it like has to do with all that 16 experience, not quite as experienced with the upstairs?
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't really trust that I can do anything in 70. Like everything scares me. Especially Tippy.
It's pretty interesting to hear that, seeing some of the stuff you're going for. Are we maybe going to see like a little bit cooled off of a droz next time with a couple less insane strats like glitchy wall kick?
Yeah, it's a pretty good chance. The TTM Reds, I felt good about TTM Reds because I was just practicing it, and then that little dive rollout, that's like a super small time save, and then it killed me. And then after that, I was too scared to do the fast beginning, and then I pulled back and then died because I was too scared of it when I should have just went for it. But I think I'm gonna drop that jump dive on the mushroom. That's such a small time save, and it's so sketchy.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's certainly a difficult thing trying to find that balance of what exactly to go for and what not to. Now, Badroenis taking this win with fairly consistent strats. Are you planning on making any changes going forward in your next group races and, of course, that inevitable tournament?
I haven't really changed that much. I looked at the strats I had in place that I do in normal runs, and then I really only cut out very little things, like no moonwalk in CCM, safety reds for CCM and TTC 100, no like nuts Whomps 100, or like just very small things that I'm like, all right, I'm more likely to fail this than get it, or not even. But I think the stuff I did was pretty much what I normally do, but I think it's a good balance for me, and I'm gonna stick with it. I played so well. Like usually, I will make so many more mistakes in upstairs or just even by SSL. Like I can't believe I held it together.
Yeah, I mean, only like 20, 30 seconds off your PB, something like that. Like that's pretty wild for a run like this.
Yeah, I lost. I actually don't. I wasn't looking at my splits either, but I'm guessing I lost about a minute in TikTok clock, and then going up to Sky, probably lost another like 20. So it was a really good run. Yeah, my PB is 51.36. This is like my 4th 51.
Awesome. Glad it happened live during this race for us.
Yeah, I'm super happy with that. I can't expect that in my next race, but I'm so happy I was able to put on a good show.
Absolutely. Sim, did you have any other questions for these guys before we went ahead and let them go?
No, that was solid. You asked like what I was gonna go for. Everything, all the bases are covered. Droz cooling it down perhaps a little bit. Badroenis chugging along. Congratulations once again. It was honestly going into this, I was like, Droz has probably got this, but you know, Loose Cannon and Badroenis coming through so close to the PB. Very nice gameplay and a very impressive race to watch. Thank you guys so much, and good luck in your future matches.
In like an hour and a half.
Thank you.
So see you later.
And yeah, don't go anywhere, folks. We've got some SMO action coming at you right after this. All new Luke versus Mitch SMO, and then right after that, Gothic Logic versus Badroenis. Nice little doubleheader today from Badroenis. Followed finally by Lev versus Aurora Dash in our Celeste any percent tournament. So lots of awesome speed game racing action coming at you Don't miss any of it. And if you do have to miss one of our races, !YT. We've got 2 YouTube channels, one of which is just dedicated to archiving all of our past races, and the other for all those awesome stream highlights and such. And if you want to support GSA and get some awesome clothes at the same time, !merch, finally !schedule to see when all of our upcoming races are. I'm Electric. Simply, it's been just awesome commentating this race with you.
Right back at you, my man. Thank you very much for joining me. Have a good one, y'all, and we'll be back shortly. Bye-bye.
Peace.
Peace out, everyone.